What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some more Watcher of Realms, and today I'm going to do a little more summoning. So I know I said I'm going to just summon what we got, and I'm not going to sell my heroes off, I'm not going to summon anymore, but I lied. Okay, so I sold off all the 3 stars from our last summoning, got back to about 12,000 diamonds, made a few more from events, and the dragon. Plus, I'm not even sure 100% how, wrong button. I'm already back up to 64 blue summons. I'm not 100% sure where they all even came from. I know I've been refreshing my market every day and I buy them out of there. Weekly refresh happened, so I bought some out of those shops, but I just got like 60 more. I was like, wow, these popped up really quick. Since they did, I'm going to use them. Okay, so I'm going to try one last time to grab a copy of Wukong. If I don't get him, I don't get him. I'll be a little bit sad, but not too sad. Then after that, we're probably going to jump over to the Divine Summons. I'm going to rock all 30 of those. And we'll finish off with our Ancient Summons. We've got 43 of those bad boys to do. I would really love to snag an Ingrid over here, but that may not be possible. We'll see. That said, let's just jump into it and start summoning and get things rolling. So, bam, bam, I said. Let's get it going. We've got, what, 64? It's 164. We probably have actually about 200 summons to guarantee a pity, but I think we're like 130 into a pity, so we are going to hit another legendary no matter what, but we might hit more than that. So, first 10 bomb away, let's get to it. First one, looking okay. It's going to be purple. That's better than just being food. Okay, that's an okay start. We'll see what we get here. It's going to be Toad Bro. It's going to be Toad Bro. I mean, that's setting a precedent, okay? We already got like 13 of those dudes. Actually, I might have sold them off already. I don't know if I did. I might have. If I did, well, then we got tons of purple stuff out of him, and now we're just building up more, and there we go. Another Toad. So a lot of these dudes coming up, but ain't no big deal. Not going to talk about him. You've probably seen so many Toads this event. You're sick of seeing Toads, and I understand that, because I'm right there with you. So that was a food pull. A little bit painful, but not a big deal. We're just going for that legendary drop. That's the only thing we're really looking for right now, is who is our legendary pity going to be, and then how is the rest of these like 100 summons going to go? Ooh, an Eedril. I don't think I have an A5 Eedril over here, so getting a copy of her actually really nice. I do want to get her upgraded because, believe it or not, she's like pretty much a legendary hero, even though she's not. Everybody knows about Eedril. If you don't know about Eedril, you're missing out, all right? She's just really, really good. The main thing I love about her, first, all of her attacks hit twice, which is great. That essentially makes her basic attack not hit for 80% damage, but 160, because it does 2 hits. Her ult makes it 3 hits, which is awesome. Plus, it hits the entirety of the map, which is really, really nice. It's probably one of like her biggest strong suits. The fact that she can hit everywhere on the map at once. Well, not at once. That'd be super broken. But anywhere on the map she can target is really, really nice. Super duper great epic. Pretty much a legendary that is purple. So love to see that. That's a great 10 pull. I'm happy with that one. Even though it's not a legendary, it pretty much is a legendary. So we're probably getting, I would say, fairly close to hitting that pity. I would say once we hit the end of our blues, we're going to be at the pity timer. Another Toad Bro. So it's either going to be in this 10 bomb, or maybe in like the next one we pull with diamonds. And it's going to be in this one. Okay, so is it going to be Mr. Monkey? That's really what we're looking for. And it's not. But it is a copy of Lyra, so that's actually kind of interesting. So I just got her. I haven't upgraded her yet at all. I've heard she's absolutely disgustingly good at boss fights, which is great. But I have not built her up yet, so I do not know. Either way, we did snag out our legendary pity, and we have about 100 and almost 50 summons left to go. What is her? Oh, A1, just for my own curiosity. Okay, so anytime she uses her ult, it extends the duration of all cosmic risk by 8 seconds. Interesting. Not sure how often she's going to be able to get this. I want to say it's a relatively low-cost ult. Yeah, 700 cost. I doubt it's going to be popping up like every 15 seconds, but, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Could be good. All right. Moving into the diamond portion of the summons. It's kind of crazy to get another Lyra, though. What are the odds of that? Maybe she's got a pretty common drop rate. Not sure. Either way, that's a food pull. We just sweep that under the rug. Move into our next 10 piece with the diamonds. And it's going to stab me right in the heart with another food pull. All right, double flip skis. Keep going. Sip some delicious, not water, coffee. Here we go, got a Brienne copy. That's cool. I like that. That's not bad. Anything that's not a toad bro, I'm pretty happy with, if we're being honest. So let's keep going. We got about 120, 130 of these suckers to go. Got ourselves, oh, we got ourselves another legendary. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be another Lyra? What are the odds of that? Who is it? It's, yes! Yes! All right. I feel good. I feel vindicated. I feel happy in my heart place. This is nice. I wanted to get my Wukong to A3. This allows me to get there, so that's going to be awesome. We'll be able to get into some boss fights with him and test out his A3, which will be great. Love to see it. I still got to kind of work on placing this guy, because I'm not sure if it's better to have all 3 clones up. I'm assuming it will be, especially with his A3 doing a lot of extra damage with his clones. So it's going to be kind of weird for me, because I have a lot of fighters that I already bring into guild boss fights, and he's going to take up a lot of those spaces with his little dudes. So I think I can still get him in, and it'll work. But either way, super awesome. We grabbed this guy out. That's awesome. I love it. Even though we got a Toad Bro with him, not even upset. But yeah, so his Sage clones spawn in his ultimate's attack range. His ultimate actually has a pretty wide attack range. So if you run him like in the middle on the guild boss, he actually can spawn, I think, his little Sage clones on the little corner platform tiles and still attack the boss. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to place him to make sure I can get 3 clones up at all time, especially with the A3 being that his little clones can stun, but if the enemy's immune to stun, aka bosses, it instead deals a bunch of extra damage. That's great. It also helps him build up his Sunder stacks a lot faster, so really, really cool. Super awesome to grab that. I'm not going to stop because I said I was going to go all the way to the end of my diamonds. So we are going to go to the end of our diamonds. I'm not going to be a liar pants. I'm not going to save 10,000 for the next event, even though that would be the smart thing to do. I'm not going to do that. We're just going to keep summoning. We're going to summon them all down, get back to broke 0, already being punished for that decision with 2 food pulls back to back, but whatever. We'll get this all the way down, then we'll swap over, jump into our divines. We've got 32 of those. That'll take a little bit of time, but I don't know. It should be a pretty good chance at getting some good legendaries, so happy for it. And then we've got our ancients. The ancients are another big, I don't know, suspense point for me. I really want an Ingrid, but there's a lot of heroes that drop in the ancient summoning pool that I really want. Now here we go. We got ourselves a Laurel. I do already have Laurel, but I haven't built her up yet. Essentially, like, the only thing people use her for, like, you can just go ahead and look at all these skills and be like, oh, these skills seem they're crap. They're all garbage. None of this stuff matters. The only thing that really matters about Laurel is her talent. The only thing anybody actually uses her for is this right here. It's that when you pick her up, like you sell her or she dies, she gives 50% of your allies' rage cap to surrounding allies. So really, really strong for getting ults back on your best damage dealers quickly. I really don't like that kind of playstyle with a hero that the only thing they're good at is being placed and sold, and that's the only thing that makes them good. I'd rather see this talent worked into her actual kit and make her usable, but instead, she's just one of the heroes that you put down and pick up, and she really never does anything at all except for charge rage for your allies, and that's it. So either way, pretty cool to get a copy of her. I'm not really sure what her awakens do. It doesn't really matter, I guess. As long as her awakens don't affect her ultimate or what her talent, then it doesn't really matter. I guess the cost reduction would be nice. Never a bad deal. And a little extra HP to make her tanky. Not that it matters if she dies. You're still getting the rage buff. So either way, we got a Laurel. That's pretty cool. I wish I would have got one on my mini, but you can't have everything, right? You can't have it all. Eventually, we will snag one over there. It's going to happen. But for nowsies, we're going to snag out another food pull here. Cry a little bit, but not much because we got a Sun Wukong, and we can't be that sad. All right, so Perpsky, probably going to be a Toad if I had to guess. No, it's not. It's a George. George? I don't know. If he's from overseas, he's George, okay? Otherwise, he's George. All right, I think this is actually an A5 of this dude. I've never built him. I do have enough to take him all the way to max now. Maybe could be fun to play with. I don't know if I have one on my mini yet, but over there would obviously be a better place for him because I will use epics, obviously, a lot more on the epic-only account than I will here. Either way, another 10 bomb coming in, and it's going to be food, so we can just double flip this one like boop. Perfect. And keep rolling. And it's going to do it to me again. That's hurtful. All right, game, you're being a little bit mean. Okay, this time, make it up to me. Or don't. Or give me 3 food pulls in a row. But now it's going to make it up to me, okay? It gives you this string of bad luck, and then it's like, all right, here you go. How about a fourth one? Ouch. Okay. Now the odds are in our favor. This is the last 10 bomb. It cannot be food. I mean, it shouldn't be food. Statistical likelihood that it's food is 100% because it just happened. You got to be kidding me. We can't end on that. There's no way. We can't do that. Do I have any 3-star heroes to sell to get me back to the glorious goodness of threes? We got 1,800 diamonds in threes? Well, let's go ahead and sell them suckers off. Perfect. And now we're gonna go back in and we're gonna drop ourselves another 10 piece. We can't end on food, right? If it's food pull, you gotta go again. There is no way 5 in a row. Game. You can't do me like this. It's gonna really punish me for going all in, huh? Okay. There's no, okay, you give me 6 in a row, I'm just gonna weep and go cry in the corner. All right, so we did get, oh, and look at that. We were rewarded with 3 epics. I'll take it. Even though 2 of them are Toad Bros, we did get another Laurel, okay? But there we are. Blue summons done, finito, and finished. Go ahead and grab these out. Take those. 14 more blue summons? I mean... Boop, 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 boop. Alright, so we got what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 30. Why not? Right? I shouldn't have done it. What if it's a food pull? Okay, it's not a food pull. We're good. Oh, it's a legendary pull. That's what I'm talking about. The final 10. That's sick. All right, I'm happy. Oh, we got a Lord Phineas. Our Infernal team is just coming together all of a sudden. This guy seems pretty solid for boss fights. Plus, I've already got Pyros. I already used Zilitsu. I've got Lyra now for the Infernal. Lord Phineas. We might have something going on here. Might be cooking a little bit. Got ourselves another George, but what a final 10 piece. We could go again, but I'm not gonna. That just seems like a bad idea. So old Phineas here, when any ally uses their ultimates, he gains a stack of Viscount's Flame. Boop. Each stack boosts his crit damage by 25%, and it stacks up to 5 stacks. That is a tremendous amount of crit damage. It's 125% crit damage. That's pretty good. Additionally, it grants crit damage increase to the ally if they belong to Infernal Blast. 25% crit damage increase. So that's nice. Anytime you pop that Pyros ult, you pop that Zilitsu ult, Lyra's ult, they're going to keep getting increased to their crit damage, which is great for 20 seconds. So fairly long life on that. Single target damage kind of makes sense. When he pops his ultimate, it boosts his attack by 40% up to 50% and doubles the effect of his Viscount's Flame. So if he has all 5 stacks, that's going to be a, holy crap, like 250% crit damage, which is nuts. Plus 50% attack on top of that, which is insane. Boosts his attack range. When he activates it deals 600% burst damage one time, which is pretty nice. Then changes to a ranged attack, removes all stack of Viscount Flame when the ultimate ends. That burst damage goes up to 800%, but yeah, that seems like a pretty nasty ult for some serious damage. Love to see that. His basic attack has a 25% chance to deal 180% damage and inflict stun. If you add all this up, you get, what is that, 20, 40, 60, 60%. Plus 30 is 90%, what, 270% damage? That's pretty heavy. The chance to inflict stun as well, that could be good in Apocalypse 1. Things you like to see, being able to get through that saw phase a little bit. The final stack here, it boosts penetration by 5% for each burning effect on the target, up to 5 stacks. That's pretty cool. It goes up to 7 with 7. Most of your Infernal heroes do have a burning effect. Zilitsu does during her ult. I don't think he does, which kind of hurts a little bit. I think Lust does if you have Arrogance paired with her, but she's not part of the Infernal. Not that it really matters, I guess. Fairly high cost at 23, but when you're talking about boss fights, cost isn't really a big deal. The Awakens, there you go. He also can burn with his first Awaken. That makes sense. Help him get a little more penetration going on. Attack plus 5%. When Infernal ally uses their ultimate, the talent switches to crit damage increase 50% instead of 25, so that's really, really nice. And 20 seconds is pretty good. That means they're going to get that, even like Zilitsu with a very long ultimate. For about half her ult, she will have a 50% crit damage increase as well, which is pretty cool. Some penetration, never a bad deal. And after the ultimate ends, a 50% chance to retain his Viscount's Flame stacks. That's also really cool. So if you retain that, his damage is going to go through the roof. But it is only a 50-50, so you're going to be playing a little bit with RNG there as 5th Awaken. Either way, really cool. Glad to grab that out. What a freaking... What a summoning day. That was nuts. All right, so 3 summons in less than 200 pulls, or right about 200 pulls. We probably were pretty close. And now we got to move over into our Divines. 32 of these bad boys to drop. Let's just start ripping them open. This one should be guaranteed legendary. We were actually at a 19 0 legendary summon, so we were literally on the pity. Zealous, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Everyone talks old poop on Mr. Zealous here. I guess he's kind of weak. He seems like that legendary version of the Osiren or whatever. Not a huge amount of damage coming out of him, but I mean, I don't know. You can't boost his attack speed, so it's kind of just locked into what it's going to be. It is AoE damage, which isn't bad. Very high deployment cost on this bro. His ult does have a pretty huge range, which is kind of interesting. 100% AoE damage targets in the large ground effect area ahead. Afterwards, deals 50% AoE damage every second for 10 seconds. Not bad. Boost that up a little bit with his skill upgrades. Boost the damage caused by ground area effect by 6% per second. Goes up to 10% per second. And then the final one here, all enemies in the ground effect area gain vulnerability to magic damage, 10%. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's weird. Why would that be a 14%? That bothers me. I don't like that. I don't like that that's 14% vulnerability. Get that out of here. Ew. I don't know, maybe it could be good for something. I'm not too crazy worried about it. But we do have 31 summons, so we are absolutely 100% guaranteed to get another legendary hero. It's just going to happen, and there's no way around it. So, our death, we're probably going to get a lot of these, a lot of Vortexes, Soleils. They are on the 15 times up banner right now. But we do have a 6% chance on every... Look at that, double our death back to back. But 6% chance on every single summon to pull out a legendary hero. Maybe we'll get lucky and pull out more than just the guaranteed 2. 3 R deaths in a row. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I guess we'll take it. We don't really have a choice. But is it going to be 4? No, it's going to be a Mari, I believe. Do we have to watch this video? We do not. We know Mari. We've seen Mari. I don't think mine's A5, and believe it or not, I do still use her. So it is cool to get a copy of her every now and again. Not going to be upset about that one. Slurping on some coffee here. I think I already have A5 Theowen. Not a huge pickup here. He is fusible, so anytime you summon out fusible heroes, it always feels a little bit bad, since you can just kind of make them on your own. But no biggie. We'll take him, turn him into purple stuff, buy auto fights with him, use those to get good gear, and make progress. Vortex, I do believe mine is A5 now, so I'm not too terribly concerned about getting more of them. But again, like I said, we'll turn them into awakening materials, use those to make other things, and that's how we do it. So our death is definitely A5 for sure within like the first few pulls. 24 of these suckers left to go. If we do pull a legendary within the next 4 summons, we are guaranteed to get 3. Our Estrid over here is not A5, I don't believe. So getting copies of her, I'm okay with. I will take her to A5, and I probably still actually will end up using her. She's a really solid epic hero, like really, really good. Very impressed with her performance. There we go, another purple, and wouldn't you know it, it's Toad Bro. Get out of here, Toad Bro. So, we got 2 summons left to get a legendary hero, to guarantee ourselves 3 legendary heroes. Make that 1. We do have Nasandi here. Pretty solid for an epic, another cleanser. I don't have Elowen on this account, so she is somebody I will have to lean into for apocalypse damage, or cleansing, I guess, not really damage. But make sure I can get rid of those poisons. A worthy pickup. Not upset about that at all. I think we've got an A1 or 2 here already. Not a bunch of them, and gonna be purple. So we're gonna be playing pretty tight with the chance at getting another, because we are guaranteed, for sure, to get 1 more legendary. But can we sneak out 2? Can we be greedy? You know, can we be a little greedy and get 2 legendaries instead of 1 legendaries? That's what we're looking at. Dolores, I'll take it. Her A5 is pretty solid. I don't know how upgraded mine currently is here. It may be A4. I'm not sure. Either way, always cool to grab another copy of those. Dolores, super duper good hero. If you don't have one, you're knowing it and you're missing her and you're wanting one. But you will get her one day. It will happen, I promise. Okay, so keeping going. We're down to 17 or so pulls. Our pity timer's got to be starting to build up a little bit here. Esme, meh. I mean, okay design, I guess, but not a very great hero. Go ahead and drop another piece, like so. I think it's once you hit 12, you start to build up a legendary chance. And looks like we're going to snag ours out this time. Who's it going to be? Crowdor. He's interesting. I think I've seen him used in like Gear Raid 2, but I'm not 100% sure about Mr. Crowdor here. I think it's, oh, he's defense-based damage dealer. It's always nice. All that gear I keep hoarding for defense-based damage dealers. Now I have a use for it. Increase defense by 2% for 20 seconds each time taking damage, up to a 20% defense bonus, so 10 stacks on that. Not bad as long as he's getting hurt. I guess it boosts his defense, which boosts his damage. Does he have an increased block, I guess, built into here? Is it his ult? Increases block by 2 and defense by 70%. That's pretty big. 100% defense bonus once that's maxed out. That's pretty crazy. For 20 seconds at a 900 cost. That's interesting. Once his HP drops below 30%, immediately enters a state of anger, bellowing up to 10 enemies ahead and inflicting attack reduction, so that makes them hit a little less hard. That's nice. The next 5 basic attacks strike up to 10 enemy targets, dealing 150% AoE damage and inflicting stun. Wow. Ultimate is not usable in this state. Well, that makes sense, because if he popped his ult, he would have like double the defense and be absolutely decimating everyone. Can only be triggered one time for deployment, so interesting. That's pretty solid. I mean, he might be able to actually put out some damage. I don't know. That's interesting. Based on the number of adjacent allies, it boosts physical damage reduction and damage dealt. It reaches a max at 12% when there are 3 allies in range. 3, 6, 9, 12. 24% when you have 3 allies in range. That's pretty solid. That's a good amount of damage reduction and damage boost. Final passive here in Gear Raid and Artifact Raid. During the ultimate, increases the block of all Northern Defender allies in the field by 1. That's actually pretty big for Artifact Material Raid. I'm not sure in Gear Raid if it's as important, but definitely in Artifact Raid. I'm not sure why they limit it just to these. What about Gear Dungeon? You want an extra block in Gear Dungeon? Too bad, nerd. Can't have it. But that's pretty solid. I mean, that's pretty good. When he pops his ult for 20 seconds, everybody gets an extra block, even if they're not touching him. You can get some pretty high block out. In Artifact Raid, that is pretty important. So, but definitely an interesting pickup here. I might have to end up building this dude. What's his stats look like? Almost 4k defense? 30,000 attack or HP? 30,000 attack would be insane. Bro would be going, actually it wouldn't matter because he's defense-based damage. Either way, snag this bro out. Not gonna worry about his Wakens too much right now. 16 summons, that means we will get to the pity start, and we'll get 4 summons deep into that pity. So potentially, still another legendary on the horizon right now. Ooh, a Deimos! I mean, we have an A5 Deimos, so it doesn't really matter, but it is always cool to grab him. Really cool epic hero, probably one of the better ones. Love to see him pop up, even though I don't really need him. Just cool. All around, just cool dude, you know? Another R-Death, makes sense. We've got like 6 or 7 of those dudes already. Really loading up on R-Deaths. You never know when you might need 6 or 7 of them. So we got Mr. Nipples here, Gluttony, as he's known in the business. I haven't upgraded mine, but I do have, I think, 2 copies of him already. He is an HP-based damage dealer, which is pretty interesting. Makes him easy to build, super tanky, but his ult does a pretty insane amount of damage if someone is an elite or a boss and you can't instantly kill them. Otherwise, he will instantly kill them. So I've seen people say that he's very useful in certain areas because of his ultimate and to build like rage regen on him. He does have some self-sustain built in with this ult also, which is nice. You mean recovering 50% of your max HP when you cast your ult is pretty good, especially when your damage scales off your HP and you can build your HP as high as you want. What is his starting HP? 23,000, so a pretty respectable HP stat just off rip. Not bad. Not bad at all. I think he has a stun chance built into his talent stacks. The only downside to his talent stacks is they are limited in duration, and you have to kill somebody to get them back. So if you're not killing enemies with him, he's not going to stack up talents, so this won't proc very often. It makes it not very good for things like Apocalypse 1 or 2, because even though you could get a chance of stun with a lot of talent stacks, the fact that you can't get talent stacks there means it's not going to be very good. So either way, still kind of a cool hero to get. Keep going through them. Got 13 summons to go here. This will make it 12. Scorch the Infernal Fighter. Probably won't build him up right away, although I have seen him used in certain areas. Once you have like super crazy good gear on him, you can kind of make him work. But we do already have Valkyrie, and she kind of does everything he does, but way better. AoE magic damage and a fighter. So probably won't end up building him over here. Maybe on the mini account we'll give him a run, just to kind of help us through areas where we need magic damage. Another Vortex. Got plenty of those, bros. Not going to worry about this one. Keep pushing through. Another Perpski. Azoth. We've got tons of this dude as well. There for a second, those eyeballs were different colors, but I guess it was just shadows on his eyeballs. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Either way, we've got tons of that dude. Probably won't build him over here either, just because I don't really see a great use for him. Maybe on the mini account again, if we need some burning damage over time. Another Vortex, getting into all these heroes that were on the Raid Up banner. Slowly moving through them. These Divines take quite a bit to summon. I understand why they don't let you do 10 at a time, because A, you don't get a lot of Divine Summons. These were mostly from the gift package we got from the devs messing up summons, which was probably why this account was on a 19 pity timer anyway to begin with. But either way, they gave us a bunch of them. That's where most of these came from. Boop, got 7 left to go. Keep running them out. But yeah, I mean, 10 pull where everything's guaranteed to be purple and you're looking for like one legendary, I mean, it would speed things up. But, you know, I get why they make you do it one at a time. Either way, we got this dude. Not ever probably going to build him over here. I've got better people that have big ranges. Maul, Razik, both of them much better than this dude. I'm not really going to worry about building him up. So keep rolling through him. I believe we are coming up on the beginning of the addition to our pity timer right now, or in the next one, right? So I think this will be the 12th summon, and then we got 4 more to go, with each time increasing our chance of legendary by 5%. That doesn't mean, of course, we're guaranteed to get one. A couple Salils back to back there. But it does boost our chances to a 1 in 10, then, you know, whatever after that. Got ourselves a blue, or just kidding, not a blue, a purple, because that's what colors are. There we go. Getting a little bit more, 5% bonus chance now. We're around 15% chance at a legendary. Did not get one. We got another Kalina. I believe mine's A5 here as well, even though I don't use her. I just gotten a bunch of copies. One more time. 20% chance. Is it going to be a thing? It is not. Idril, though, will not be upset about that. That's a good get. Love to see that one. The final one. 25%. 1 in 4. 1 in 4 chance. Will it be a legendary hero? We shall see. It won't be. All right, well, it is what it is. Another Vortex, we'll take it. I don't have any way to get more of it. Good Lord, I have 400 heroes chilling in my backup storage. That is a lot. I don't think I've got any, like, shards or anything laying around to storage. No, we're at 6 out of 30, so not even really close. I am pretty close on these. I guess I could grab another one out, but we'll just run them how they are right now and see what we get. So, back into summons. And the special ancient summons. 40 of these bad boys to go. Hoping for an Ingrid, of course. Not guaranteed an Ingrid. I don't think we're even that close to a pity. Definitely not. We got like 100 or something in, so we still got quite a ways to go before we actually hit a pity timer here. Either way, let's jump in, drop ourselves a 10-piece in the Ancients, see what we can get. Got ourselves a perp. All right, I got a little excited, thought we were going to get something beyond perp, but we did not. We did, however, just grab 3 freaking Lord heroes, though. I do have A5 Pyros already, so a little sad there. I did just pull Morrigan a couple of days ago, so I do have a legendary Cultist Lord, and she's a freak, by the way. Definitely helped me a lot in Gear Dungeon 1. Isolde, I don't think I've got her awakened all the way up yet, so getting a copy of her is pretty cool. I do still use her. I do not have King Hars, so that's nice. Bam! Not a bad 10 pull. That's pretty solid. I'll take it. Another 10-piece coming in. All blues? Ugh, what a horrible 10 pull. I guess, let's be honest. I can't be too upset. We did just pull like a whole freaking buttload of purples last time. So that'd be a little ridiculous to be upset about that one. Unless it happens twice. Okay, it didn't happen twice. Oh, I thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to, it gets me every time. Thought it was going yeller. It didn't. Did not go yellow. But we did just get ourselves another hero, I believe. Is this Aona? I think we actually just pulled her as well on the mini account. I'm pretty sure this is who that is. I thought it was a Lord Hero at first, but I don't think it actually is. Yes, I distinctly remember her punching the soul out of that guy. So this is definitely Aona. Now, I've never built one up yet, but a lot of people say she's like the best epic damage dealer. Pretty cool to grab her out. Obviously fairly rare. Can you only get her from Ancients, or is that a... I don't know. I haven't actually looked at the drop pools to notice. Here we go. 10 more summons. No legendary yet. Potentially this time. Also potentially not this time. We got perps. We got perps. So no legend yet, but we still have like 3 ancient summons left. We got a Wrath. Got ours at A5 already, so a little bit of a bummer. But we did get Lunaria as well. I think we actually got a copy of her the other day when we summoned our regular summoning pool. So that gets her to A2. Pretty solid. We don't have a legendary Piercer Lord, so she is who we use. And that's nice. All right. 3 of the... Let's grab this out. Just give me that. All right. 3 of these suckers to go. Is it going to give us a legendary? Is it going to give us a not a legendary? It's going to give us a legendary. Oh, who are you going to be? Lugaroo. I don't think I've got him over here. I think I got him on my mini account, but not here. This does not reset our pity timer, though. I believe since he's not a Lord Hero, but he is part of the Nightmare faction, and he has Bleed. So kind of an interesting pickup here. Might actually end up having to build this dude to get that Bleed proc for my team. Could be something. We'll see. Not bad. Kind of looks like Deimos's grandpa. You know, he's been through some stuff. He also decided to give up just using his fingers and brings a giant bloody sword with him. Smart guy. But there we go. We got ourselves a legendary, so can't be too unhappy about that. We got 2 left to go. What are we going to snag? Just going to be blues. Looks like a blue here. Holly. Not really too worried about that one. And the final one, will it be a legendary hero? Or will it be a blue? It's going to be a blue. Either way, we got pretty much what we needed. I guess I could jump into the old event here. Jump into the old shop piece and buy me some shards out. I could buy... What is that? How many do I have? One of these would get me a summon. Bam. That's 1 summon. To get 30 more, I need to buy 6 more. Those is 1,200. You know what? How many can we buy? What else would I use these on? Maybe Geary casting hammers? Not really worried about chat bubble with the avatar. 500 diamonds, I mean, not bad, I guess, but not huge. The Geary casting hammers, honestly, they feel kind of like a scam. Let's just go all in and buy shards. How many do we have? That many. All right, buy those. 100. That seems like a lot. Let's go ahead and put those together and then summon them up just because we can. How's that gonna be? 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is. All right. 4 more chances. That's all we've got to get ourselves a Lord Hero. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Is it gonna be 4 blues? Very possible. If it is, I'll be a little sad. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I also hope that it's not. So far, not looking good. All right. We're 2 deep, and they're both blue heroes. Here we go. 3rd one in. And it's also blue. Okay. All right, game. The last one. This is your last chance. Is it going to be good? It is not going to be good. Okay, well, that's hurtful. That stings a little bit. Either way, our pity timer is getting close now. 40 more deep on that. I think we're sitting... I mean, we just did 40 on top of like 100. So we're 140. We got about, what, 60 more to go to guarantee ourselves a legendary lord. We don't know who it's going to be. We burned all of our luck on that first 10 pull. Meep. But no Ingrid this time. A little sad, especially because I knew once the Epic only account pulled Ingrid, I was like, we're not going to get it over here. That's just how it's going to work. And that's exactly what happened. Either way, we did get an achievement unlocked. Let's go ahead and snag that out. 1,000 diamonds? Well. I said, well, there we go. Thank you. And I got a medal for it. Look at that. Nice. Thank you. All right. I'm not going to worry about putting that on there right now because it's not that big a deal. We're sitting pretty high in the Arrival of Heroes right now. 56,000 freaking points. That's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. But overall, can't be too upset with how the summonings went today. We did snag out our Wukong, even though I think he's already in the bank with the other dude. Get him to A3, do some testing on him and see what kind of damage I can get him up to. Hopefully get some good gear for him as well, because the other day, thanks to that Morrigan we snagged out, I did manage to bump up our Gear Dungeon 1 from Gear Dungeon 1, 2, all the way up to 4. So that was a huge get for us. Morrigan made this way, way easier, so that was really cool. So now I can actually farm some more crafting materials, which, as you can see, we're kind of building these up. I'd like to get to 1,000 of each, and then I can do like a little video where I summon out all the T3 gear that we're going to see and hopefully get some good stuff. But we are running out of time. We have less than a day, so I got to actually do all these farms, 97 runs tonight, or I will not have a chance to do them. So that's going to be what we do. I've already done my Gear Dungeon 2 runs, because it's also at 4. But there we go, guys. There's the last bit of our summons. We did get our Wukong. I'm super duper happy about that. Love to get him to A3 and run some tests on him. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button to show your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.